Hi, and welcome to this episode of the Mitchell Report. I'm your host, Roosevelt Mitchell III. Do you remember the Spring Valley school cop who slammed the teenage girl out of her chair that caused the national outrage just a couple of years ago? Well, the former South Carolina school police officer caught on video brutalizing the African-American teenager will not face federal charges, according to the Justice Department. Federal investigators said they could not prove that Officer Ben Fields, who was fired from his job at Spring Valley High School in Columbia, South Carolina, after the October 2015 clash, intended to violate the students' constitutional rights. The Justice Department released this statement, stating, after a careful and thorough investigation, the team of experienced federal prosecutors and FBI agents determined that the evidence was insufficient to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Fields willfully deprived the Spring Valley High School student of a constitutional right. The decision appears to leave Fields off the hook for the classroom confrontation. State prosecutors decided against charging him in September. Video captured Fields tossing the 16-year-old female student named Shakawa from her desk and dragging her across the floor. Fields, who also was a sheriff's deputy in Richland County, South Carolina, was fired in October 2015 following a 48-hour investigation. The student who was involved was charged with disturbing schools, a misdemeanor, as was Nia Kinney, who recorded the video. State prosecutors later dropped the charges against both students. Now, I can completely understand if many people are outraged by this decision, but here in America, the legal system is set up on precedents, right? If federal prosecutors or the Justice Department had charged this former school resource officer for slamming that child out of that chair, which personally I think he should have been charged, but the Justice Department has spoken, I really truly believe that this would have been a trend all across America. I would be hard pressed to think that was the first time or that's the only time a school resource officer has completed that act, because he did it in such of a reactionary way, not even thinking about it. So if he was charged with something, then the parents or the family could have sued the school, and they still may, I don't know, could have sued the school for sure. And then it would have been a trend across America. You know, they would have set the precedent that if you slam a child out of a desk, then you can be sued as well as fired. Then it will cause the school district even more money. And I think the precedent should have been set that teachers, school resource officers, administrators, everyone is there for the students. If you have no students, then you do not have a school. So from that point of view, from that perspective, I think the school should protect, or the school and the system should protect the students and not administrators, teachers, or resource officers. This guy picked up the child and slammed her on her neck. That should have been some kind of charge. It should have been. It should have been. But again, I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not a federal judge or anything like that. I'm just an educator. So I would love to hear what you think about this decision, and please leave a comment in the section below. And until next time, my friends, be blessed and be encouraged.